Hi everyone, it's Carol with O'Brien Custom Turning. One of the things that Sean and I have talked about that might be interesting to you is if we do a diamond painting in chat. So I'm here to get some feedback from you. Tonight I wanted to show you what I'm working on and show you what tools and setup I use, and then I want some feedback from you in the comments. What I want to know mainly is, do you want to see this, or does it not interest you at all? Secondly, what do you want to see? Do you want to see me as I'm talking to you? Because as you know, if you've been with me for a while, I can babble on and on and on. So do you want to see me talking to you, or would you rather see a focused in on the painting and see me, placing each dot? Of course, you still will see me with my little tray in front of me and such, but which view would you rather see? At this point, we're not interested in doing any extra editing and such, because that takes away time from our business. And our intent with videos and such right now is just to continue the business model that we started 4 years ago. Being open and honest and transparent with our customers, and sharing a little bit about our family, and inviting you into our lives and letting you see what's going on. So because of that, I'm going to be raw and open and transparent and honest with you and let you see, this is me, this is how it is. So, second thing I want to know, what you want to know. Give me some ideas and things you want to talk about. I certainly will tell you how Sean and I met, where we've been in life as far as the places we've lived. It's a no-brainer. I'm going to tell you about my kids and my grandkids. Tell you about the type of works that we've done. But what else do you want to know? The most outlandish things you want to know? Doesn't matter. So comment in the comment section and let me know the two things. Which view you want to see and what you want me to talk about. So for tonight, as you can see, I have this cute little panda bear that I'm working on. This is actually Caitlin's project. If you've been in our group any amount of time, you know that we have the panda program in our group. That if you find a panda bear in your box, you get an extra prize for that. And you get bonus loyalty credits for receiving a panda. But then if you post a picture of your panda box with your pens in the group, you get additional bonus points. And the 5 total that you receive for both steps equates into $5. That's a credit on your next order. So essentially, for getting a panda and putting a picture in the group, you get a $5 credit on your next order. It's a fun way for her to share her love of pandas, but it's also a way for us to get some photos that we can use on our social media and such. So this one is for my panda-loving daughter. It was going to be a secret for Christmas. However, I work here on the packaging table. She lives at home. There was zero possibility that I was going to keep this hidden until Christmas with her working 5 feet away from me. So I started working on it, and it actually was probably 3-4 weeks later. I was down here below his ears when she finally noticed it. She said, "Oh, you're doing a panda." So I probably could have gotten away with it if I had tried a little harder to keep it hidden, and I didn't. It was just wide open to the table. Had I tried a little harder, I probably could have gotten away with it. But now we know for next time, and maybe I'll get away with that. But this came from Diamond Art Club. It is a full round painting, and this one has 53 colors. It's called Bamboo Dreams, and it comes from Abraham Hunter. So when I'm painting, I leave the plastic in place. And I do at the end of the night when I'm done, I put that back up over top of it because we have a long-haired cat. Again, if you've been with us any length of time, you've seen him also. I don't want cat hair in all of my sticky painting and stuff, so I put the plastic up over the top of it at the end of the day to keep the cat hair out of it. When I'm working then, I pull it down. I use the big section of release paper to cover the next part I'm working on because the crinkly sound bothers me to have my arm on top of it. So I'm actually, when I'm working, I'm going to pull this down almost into my lap, and then I have the next little part I'm working uncovered. Then I have my release paper cover in a section, and then I'll cover it all back up when I'm finished. So you'll see that as we work through this a little bit more. I have my big magnifier light. Again, anybody who's been with us a long time knows I am legally blind without my corrective lenses. In my right eye, even corrected, I'm legally blind. So I can't see to diamond paint without my light. Originally, when I first started diamond painting, I was using a handheld magnifier with a light, and oh my goodness, that was tedious. So I was fighting not only the little tiny pink pens hurting my hands, but also trying to see. So Sean solved both for me, and he found me, he made my new pens, but he also found me the stand-up magnifier. So I'm afraid that when I'm actually working, the light is going to be on and it's going to look like that, and I do apologize that that's going to glare and bounce back. I don't have a way to fix that. Now the good news is I will have the plastic out of the way, so it'll be a little bit better, but that is going to glare and bounce off a little bit. If you have an idea and a way that I can shield that in the camera, please share that with me in the comments also. I use little Tic Tac boxes to store all my diamonds in. So this little set here. I have 2 cases for all of them, and what you'll notice, I have more than 53. So this actually is all of my round DAC diamonds, and they are in numerical DMC order. So any of the rounds that I have ever used from Diamond Art Club are in here, and they are in order. And then I just pull them. I have 1 per number. All of my overflows are in a plastic bag. They're back over my shoulder. So as I empty a container, I go get my overflow and just refill it as I need to. I have my handy dandy Archer's Arts grinder. This one was actually a gift because back when they first opened up, I was one of her testers on her pilot program. And I got to test this new gear one because I had mentioned to her how difficult the original grinder was for me to manage with my carpal tunnel. So she sent me this one as a gift and asked me if I would test it for her. This is my tray for my trash diamonds. Sean actually turned this for me on the lathe. He cast it for me first, and you can see it's got all my favorite colors in it. It's got the blues and the purples. But that's my little plate that I put all my trash beads on. I keep my X-Acto knife just in case I ever need it. My tray that I use routinely has release paper hot glued to the back, so I can put it down on top of where I'm painting and it won't stick to it because it's got the back side of the release paper on it. Of course, I have my whole collection that I'm using. This is the diamond painting pens that are my favorite ones that I rotate. And you can see I've got all different shapes and sizes. I've got fat ones and a little bit skinnier ones and thinner ones and different shaped bump ones. And it depends on how my hand is feeling. Some nights I can grab one and use that for a really long time. Other nights I use a pen for about 2 minutes and I'm done. And I have to pick up another one and try something else. This pen right here is actually my favorite one as far as the most comfortable. And you'll see me gravitate to it the most frequently. It's a little bit shorter, so it's lighter, but it's not too thick. I don't do well if they're really thick. A lot of ladies with arthritis or carpal tunnel like the super thick pens, and I don't like those. If they're too thick, they end up too heavy for me. So this one works really well, and I like the different grip in it. So you'll find that's my most favorite one, followed by I use this one a lot. Now, sadly, I dropped it on the floor, and I don't know if you can see or not. He's got a chip out of the side. But I still can use it because my grip point is up here. So I just don't use it where I have the chip out. It made me sad. Broke my heart that I couldn't find the chip to even put it back in. So, but I still use it. But that's the 2 that I use the most frequently. But I do have all these others sitting here that I'll rotate through as I need to. And again, that just varies depending on how my hand feels. I have my wax holder. Again, just varies. Depending on the weather, I think is the biggest factor. If it gets too hot, I go through wax a lot faster. And then my pretty DAC cover minders. Rarely do I use them, to be honest, but I keep them close. And then I have a couple extra trays. I tend to not use them very often. When I'm working, I uncover a section about this wide. I've got this wide right now uncovered. And I do one color at a time in that section. And then when I'm done with that, I move to the next one and so on and so forth. The second thing that is unique about the way that I paint, move these out of the way. Some days you may find when we pop on to chat that I have this one on instead of my panda. This is my nightmare. This is panel 5 of the 5-panel seascape that I have been working on for 4.5 years now. And this panel 5 is horrendous. The diamonds are sticking together. The pattern is blurry. They're not fitting in the holes properly. So generally what I do is I'll work a little section. You can see how I folded this, about how long I do. I work a section this big, and then I stick it aside and do a big chunk on the panda. And then I pull it back, and I do another section, and then I set it aside. So eventually I will get it done. That is panel 5. It's almost done. And that one actually is going to go in our bedroom over our bed. It was originally going to go in the living room, but the Last Supper is sitting in the living room in that space now. So the seascape can no longer go there. So the seascape's going to go over our bed. And since I have devoted 4 years to finishing 4 panels, I must finish this last panel. So my goal is, since I've done one a year, I'll finish this last one this year. That'll be one a year if I finish it in 5 years. So that's it for today. Big questions for you to answer, and let me know your thoughts. See you later. Bye.